Hi guys, I wanted to just make a quick follow-up video to my previous video about whether or not I thought Amber Lynn was lying about her cancer diagnosis. And I had a few hours to think more, and I actually went back and watched her cancer update video that she posted on the 12th of June, I believe. And after rewatching it, there were a few more red flags that I found in there that I wanted to point out. I do want to preface by saying that I am not a medical expert. I do not know Amber Lynn Reid or anybody that she's associated with. And so this is just my own opinion, and I understand that I can and could very well be wrong. This is just what I have noticed as a completely unbiased third-party person witnessing this situation going on. So anyway, one of the things that I wanted to point out is that she said in that video that this was her first pelvic exam. And why I was kind of questioning this, not that I don't believe that this was her first pelvic exam, but the reason why I found it kind of just peculiar is because I wasn't, first of all, sure if she meant that this exam happened before or after she went to the hospital where she was diagnosed. Because my understanding is that there is no non-invasive way to diagnose uterine cancer. So if she had never had any kind of pelvic exam prior to that video, in other words, if she was diagnosed with the uterine cancer before that, how would it have been possible? Typically, the way that most cancer is diagnosed is through the use of a biopsy, right? So when you do a biopsy of reproductive organs, especially female reproductive organs, I don't really know of any non-invasive way to do that. Pap smear is invasive, as is a transvaginal ultrasound. Of course, the CAT scan and the the CAT scan and the MRI are imaging devices that will be able to further confirm the diagnosis and also determine if there's any spread of the cancer throughout the body through the use of imaging. But I don't think this is the initial point of go-to for the first diagnosis. And actually we can confirm that she was scheduled to do these appointments much later on. So this further sort of reinforces my belief that she went initially to the doctor. The doctor had to rule out any possibility of cancer, but I don't see any way that they would have been able to definitively diagnose it at the hospital before doing any kind of biopsy or pap smear or transvaginal ultrasound or a CAT or an MRI. So perhaps there is something that I'm overlooking. If I am, please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, so that was one thing that I noticed. Again, I don't think she is trolling. I don't think she is lying. I just think that she is perhaps exaggerating what she was told. That she was told that because her symptoms were, potentially related to uterine cancer, that she would have to undergo a biopsy and all these other tests that she's doing to rule that out. And I think that panicked her. Like I said, I've been in that situation before myself, and it is very scary. And sometimes it's hard to let go of that word cancer, because, and also it's the waiting, right? So while you're going through all of these tests, there's the waiting, there's the unknown. So you don't know what the outcome is. And so some people have a tendency to just think of the worst case scenario, that perhaps she doesn't have confirmation yet that she has cancer, but in her mind, it's like she already has it. The problem with that, of course, though, is that she has already conveyed this as a confirmed diagnosis to her subscribers. And even if she didn't intentionally do this to be deceitful, at the very least it was misleading. I don't know if she was aware of that, but if she doesn't have cancer, it's going to be very hard, I think, for people to recover from that. I don't think many people will trust her at all or give her the benefit of the doubt after that, if there are any people that still did prior to this announcement. But I think, in the case of a big health scare like this, it is, by default, we give them the benefit of the doubt, because it's terrible to find out that you have cancer and then be accused of not having it. So it's a very touchy subject and have to kind of walk around it a bit more delicately. So I don't think she's trolling. I think that she is potentially exaggerating her symptoms. So with that in mind, again, like I said in my previous video, just take it with a grain of salt. Other things that I found concerning, again, were just the fact that she talked about not wanting to reveal the treatment options she was told, which I don't understand why. I mean, her reasoning is that she didn't want to be influenced by other people's opinions. But I think that most people find comfort in that, right? When you're going through something you've never gone through before, you want, or maybe not everybody wants, but I think most people find comfort in either hearing that it's going to be okay by listening to other people's experiences, or it can even help you come to make a decision by, just evaluating other people's opinions. And that doesn't necessarily have to influence your opinion, but it can be helpful in coming to your own decision. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it will be her decision. So I just find this to be, another example of not being fully transparent. It's almost like an attempt to be transparent, but not really, because she's alluding to the fact that there is something there, but won't really divulge the details. And I think that if you're in a position to not be fully transparent about these things, then perhaps don't even bring it up to begin with, because once you do that, there's going to be a whole bunch of questions people have. So I just think it's better to be transparent. And if you have nothing to hide, there's no reason not to be open with people. So anyway, it's late here. Just wanted to put out this extra update and hope you all have a good night. Thanks. Bye.